Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Over 81% voting recorded for assembly elections in Tripura. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses closing ceremony of Sansad Khel Mahakumbh, says it plays huge role in highlighting the country's potential in the world of sports. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says government to soon bring changes to IPC, CRPC and the Evidence Act. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says government assures relief of 2 lakh crore rupee additional guarantee free credit to MSMEs. Indian Army announces modification to the recruitment procedure for junior commissioned officer, other ranks and Agniveers. Second test of Border Gavaskar series between India and Australia to begin in New Delhi from tomorrow. In Tripura, peaceful voting was recorded today for the 60-member Legislative Assembly. Over 81% of the 28 lakh voters exercised their franchise to elect the new Assembly. The electoral fate of 259 candidates, including 22 women, was sealed in the EVM machines at about 3,336 polling booths. Tripura Chief Electoral Officer Kiran Gite said an estimated 92% polling will be registered in the state when the final numbers come. Talking to AIR, he said when voting concluded at 4 p.m., 81.1% polling was recorded across the state. The CEO said Tripura has kept its tradition of recording the highest voting percentage during this Legislative Assembly election as well. He said at 1,600 polling stations there were queues of electorates who were waiting their turn to cast their vote after 4 p.m. Accordingly, after the conclusion of the stipulated time, 2.5 lakh people, equivalent to 9%, were given a token to cast their votes. Saying that it was a set percent violence-free polling, the Chief Electoral Officer said the state of Tripura has presented an example to the people of the country on how peaceful conduct of polling is held. Meanwhile, campaigning has intensified in Meghalaya and Nagaland, which will go to polls on the 27th of this month. In Meghalaya, star campaigners and senior leaders of BJP, NPP, TMC and Congress today addressed several public meetings. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed an election rally at North Tura in West Garo Hills. He said if voted to power, the BJP will make Meghalaya the #1 state of Northeast India. Mr. Shah said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has great affection for the Northeast and he visited the region 51 times since 2014, the most by any Prime Minister. He alleged that due to failures of the present government, the scale of corruption in Meghalaya is the highest in India. The Union Minister said to provide good governance to the people of the state, the party has walked out from the Meghalaya Democratic Alliance coalition. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Besides issues of corruption and unemployment, regional party VPP, UDP and HSPDP leaders are also raising issues of protection of rights and culture of indigenous people. Senior TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee held rallies in Ampati and William Nagar Assembly segment. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and Deputy Chief Minister B. Preston Tynesong addressed rallies in Rajbala, Kharkuta and Jirang area. Senior Congress leader Vincent H. Pala addressed public meetings in Jaintia Hills region. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Shillong.
In Nagaland, a host of star campaigners from the centre will arrive tomorrow to campaign for the BJP candidates in various districts. Union Ministers Kiren Rijiju and Sarbanand Sonowal will address public rallies at several places. They will be accompanied by BJP leader and sitting Minister P. Paiwang Konyak. BJP National General Secretary B.L. Santosh will also be in the state. The Election Commission has seized over 147 crore rupees worth cash, liquor, drugs and freebies in the poll-going states of Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya till the 15th of this month. The total seized items in the 3 states includes over 14 crore rupees in cash, more than 3 lakh litre liquor valued at over 9 crore rupees and drugs worth 85,76,000 rupees. The Commission said a special interagency team has been constituted to control illegal drugs. It said 64 expenditure observers have been deputed in the 3 states for stricter vigil and monitoring the situation. 80 assembly constituencies have been marked as expenditure-sensitive constituencies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said the country needs to choose new ways and create new systems to become sports power, and MP Khel Mahakumbh is that new way and new system. The Prime Minister gave his message virtually at the closing ceremony of MP Khel Mahakumbh in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. In his virtual address, Mr. Modi said Khel Mahakumbh is the foundation on which the future building in sports sector will be constructed.
ये सांसद खेल महाकुंभ ऐसा ही एक नया मार्ग है, नई व्यवस्था है। खेल की प्रतिभाओं को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि स्थानीय स्तर पर निरंतर खेल प्रतियोगिता होती रहे। लोकसभा स्तर पर इस तरह की प्रतियोगिताएं स्थानीय प्रतिभाओं को तो निखारती ही है, साथ ही पूरे क्षेत्र के खिलाड़ियों के मोरल को भी बूस्ट करती है।
On the occasion, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said events like sports competitions like Khel Mahakumbh and campaigns like Fit India and Khelo India have created awareness and interest for sports among the youth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Jal Jan Abhiyan in Sirohi district of Rajasthan virtually today. In his address, the Prime Minister stressed that the Jal Jan Abhiyan is being launched at a time when water scarcity is being seen as a future crisis all over the world. He noted that the 21st century world is realizing the seriousness of limited water resources on earth and pointed out that water security is a huge question for India due to its large population. Mr. Modi expressed satisfaction that the country has turned water conservation into a mass movement and said the Jal Jan Abhiyan of Brahma Kumaris will give new strength to this effort of public participation.
हमारे यहाँ कहा गया है, माँ आपो हिंसी, अर्थात हम जल को नष्ट न करें, उसका संरक्षण करें। इसलिए हम जल को देव की संज्ञा देते हैं, नदियों को मां मानते हैं। जब कोई समाज प्रकृति से ऐसे भावात्मक संबंध जोड़ देता है तो विश्व जिसे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट कहता है, वो उसकी सहज जीवन शैली बन जाती है।
Underlining the contributions of women in water conservation, the Prime Minister said women from villages are leading important schemes like the Jal Jeevan Mission through water committees. The Prime Minister also touched upon the campaign to construct 75 Amrit Sarovars in every district of the country and said it is a huge step towards water conservation. President Draupadi Murmu has said there is no doubt that technology is going to change the way we live. She was addressing the inaugural ceremony of the 25th International Engineering and Technology Fair in New Delhi. The President expressed her delight at the growth of the country's manufacturing and engineering sector.
The event is not only a celebration of India's growth story in the engineering and manufacturing sector, but also a testimony to the nation's collaboration with the best in the world in advanced technologies. I commend the IETF and the Confederation of Indian Industry for developing this event as the leading technology and innovation forum for Indian development. Representatives of 34 countries are participating in this event. Nearly 400 exhibitors from 25 countries are contributing to make the event a grand success.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Union Home Minister Amit Shah said today that the government is going to bring changes to all 3 laws of the IPC, CRPC and Evidence Act. He said all acts will be modified with relevance in the present as well as the constitution of the country. He added the government is focusing on strengthening the nation's internal security. Mr. Shah said this while addressing the 76th Raising Day Parade of Delhi Police in New Delhi.
मोदी सरकार आने वाले दिनों में आईपीसी, सीआरपीसी और एविडेंस एक्ट ये तीनों कानूनों में आमूलचूल परिवर्तन लाने जा रही है। ये तीनों कानूनों में परिवर्तन लाकर उसको हम आज के समय के अनुकूल बनाएंगे और उसको आंतरिक सुरक्षा सबसे मजबूत हो इस दिशा में इसे अनेक प्रकार के फॉरेंसिक और अन्य साक्ष्य की उपलब्धियों इसको और मजबूत बनाएंगे।
Our correspondent reports that on the occasion, Mr. Shah also launched the online verification facility for passport applicants. It will help citizens to get a police verification certificate for their passport within 5 days. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said the government's initiatives have assured availability of 2 lakh crore rupees credit assurance without guarantee for MSMEs. She says this will reduce the loan expenditure by 1% and will be available from April this year. The Finance Minister was holding post-budget interactions with stakeholders in Hyderabad this afternoon. Describing MSMEs as growth engines of the economy, she said the budget proposes enhanced limits for micro-enterprises and certain professionals for availing the benefit of presumptive taxation. Later participating in another program in Hyderabad, Finance Minister said focus of the budget 2023-24 was on inclusive and sustainable growth, keeping the common man and weaker sections in mind.
You all are aware that for all the schemes, whether it is the Awas Yojana, whether it is the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, LED bulbs in streets, for the Mudra loan, street vendors, Swabiman, Swalamban, each one of them, our focus is to have saturation achieved. In that every eligible person for that one particular category should be extended the facility.
The Indian Army has announced modification to the recruitment procedure for junior commissioned officer, other ranks and the Agniveers. As per the modified procedure, computer-based online common entrance exam will be conducted before the recruitment rally. The Defence Ministry said the notifications for registration have been uploaded on the Join Indian Army website. The online registration for applications is now open and it will last till the 15th of next month. The candidates can apply as per their age, educational qualification, physical criteria and other qualification requirements. The online common entrance exam is planned to be conducted at approximately 175 to 180 examination centres all over the country between the 17th and 30th of April. In Jammu and Kashmir, an infiltration bid was foiled by security forces when an unidentified infiltrator was killed along the line of control in North Kashmir's Kupwara district. JNK police in a tweet said during the preceding night, based on a specific input generated by Kupwara police, a joint team of army and police intercepted an infiltrating group in Saidpura forward area. The 4th edition of Joint Military Exercise Ex-Dharma Guardian between India and Japan will begin at Camp Imazu in Shiga Province, Japan from tomorrow. The annual training event with Japan, which will end on the 2nd of next month, is significant in terms of security challenges faced by both nations in the backdrop of the current global situation. On to sports, the Border Gavaskar Trophy's second test match will begin tomorrow at Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. India will be aiming to gain a 2-0 lead after inflicting an innings and 132-run defeat on the visitors. Australia, on the other hand, will try to level the series. Indian spinners dominated the first test with R. Ashwin scalping 8 wickets while Ravindra Jadeja grabbed 7. In Ranji Trophy cricket, Saurashtra were 81 for 2 against Bengal at the end of day 1 of the Ranji Trophy final at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. Earlier, Saurashtra bowled out Bengal for 174. Saurashtra captain Jayadev Unadkat opted to bowl first after winning the toss. Bengal have the chance to claim their first Ranji Trophy title in 33 years. In 2020, Bengal had made it to the finals, though Saurashtra had won the title on the basis of a first innings lead at their home turf in Rajkot. The enchanting journey of the Ganga Vilas river cruise through the waters of Bangladesh came to an end with a visit to historic places in northern Rangpur district today. It will re-enter India at Dhubri after leaving Chilmari tomorrow. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Over 81% voting recorded for assembly elections in Tripura. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses closing ceremony of Sansad Khel Mahakumbh, says it plays huge role in highlighting the country's potential in the world of sports. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says government to soon bring changes to IPC, CRPC and the Evidence Act. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says government assures relief of 2 lakh crore rupee additional guarantee-free credit to MSMEs. Indian Army announces modification to recruitment procedure for junior commissioned officer, other ranks and Agniveers. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.